everybody, I'm Fogde from the Fogde Racing Team. Many of you know me better as the number 26 kart in the intermediate division of the Red Bluff Outlaws Winter Series. Today I'm here with 5-time track champion, Ryan Foster of RFC. Ryan is going to be telling us all about his chassis company and chassis designs. When kart racing started over 3 decades ago, there was really only one winning name in the chassis design industry, QRC. As the sport grew, there were a few other companies that joined the game, but until recently, if you really wanted to win, you wanted a QRC kart. In 2011, Ryan Foster took a big jump into the chassis design competition when he opened his company, RFC. During his first year of business, the RFC team took first, second, and sixth in the open division at the Red Bluff Outlaw Winter Series. Today, RFC has karts competing in every division, and the winning tradition continues. Business has been good, and every year you see more RFC karts competing around the United States. Join me now as we talk with Ryan Foster about RFC and just what makes his karts so competitive. So Ryan, tell us, what made you make the big jump from using other people's chassis and kart designs to building and racing your own?
The biggest thing is, I was like you at 8 years old driving go-karts and having fun, and as I grew up and went through all the different NASCAR stuff and realized that at that point when I got older in my life that I couldn't quite make it as a race car driver, and I figured that I would come start building go-karts and hopefully, succeed with another kid in developing, and just kind of wanted to do my own thing and have fun with it, so that's kind of where I'm at now.
So tell us a little about what someone should look for in a kart chassis and what makes your chassis design unique.
That's kind of a preference of each person, but in my eyes, a good quality go-kart is, a TIG welded one. That's obviously why we set all of our stuff our jigs are all done on CNC blocks and everything repeats itself. The same we can, Mikey, my driver, or I can wreck a car, build a brand new car, put the same exact setup on it as we did the week before, and that is one thing that I ran into in my other go-kart experience that I couldn't do. Every go-kart seemed to be a little bit different. So,
how does a person's driving style work with the chassis design?
That's a pretty good question. Every driver is a little bit different, so some drivers want, softer cars and more staggered, looser cars, and some drivers want, a tighter go-kart and, maybe a stiffer go-kart. So that's kind of something you got to base off of the driver and what they like. Every driver that I've seen in the lower classes to the upper classes wants something a little bit different. Me and Mike Wheeler, for example, run totally different setups. Not totally, but we're both a little bit different, so that's what makes things different.
How many chassis have you designed for different
classes? We've designed a lot of cars. Right now we have 5 different chassis designs. With the box stock we have one design. The 250 we have 2, and then the open we have 3 different designs for that.
Are your parts interchangeable with other builders, or are they design specific?
Yeah, when I built these go-karts, I tried to make QRC and RFC comparable just in case I wasn't at the track. So most of the parts do transfer over.
Are there certain tricks you can share with us about setting up a kart? Or is the real setup found in the chassis design itself?
Yeah, we all have our little tricks, but I always share all those tricks with customers, and they're basic. I firmly believe in if the chassis is not correct, then no setup will fix it. Your chassis is where your suspension is, because there is no suspension. So the way the frame works is basically like shock and spring works, so if that's not right, setup's not going to be right.
About how long do you say a chassis would last assuming you're racing every race?
That's a good question. I do brag about that quite often, as I have some chassis. I actually have the very first one that I built, which is 3 years ago, and it's been flipped a million times and wrecked a million times, and it still is going to this day. So I really think that our chassis lasts way longer than anything out there, and that's been proven.
How do you see your business affecting the sport of outlaw kart racing?
I think that's a tough question, but I think that since I came into the sport or started building go-karts, it's helped a tremendous lot of kids, because now there's, a lot of factory rides, where there wasn't before. I mean, I think QRC has 2 or 3 house cars, maybe more that I know of. I have 2 or 3 of myself, so that's given. When I was growing up, there was only one factory ride, and that's QRC. Now there's 6 or 7, and a lot of sponsorships going on to keep people in different companies of go-kart racing. So it's really helped the sport, but the sport still needs to grow, and get bigger and better.
Just one last question, Ryan. What hopes and dreams do you have for RFC?
I have a lot of expectations that I haven't met yet. I mean, this building is one big jump for me that's been tough, but the biggest thing that I'm trying to do is do schools for kids like yourself, and be able to teach these kids. The main thing is just to get them comfortable in a go-kart and get some confidence, because that's the biggest thing in the go-kart world, is having confidence that you can win. It's gonna be 50% of how you do is how much confidence you have in racing. So hopefully with the new test track, and be able to do some schools for these kids and give them some opportunities.
In more recent news, Foster finished in 7th in the 2013 Winter Series. His teammate, Mike Wheeler, the Magic Man, dominated the track, ending up in 1st. Mike and Ryan also went up and dominated at the Oregon Triple Crown competition, placing 2nd and 1st respectively. Mike Wheeler also won the Speed Sport Challenge in North Carolina, beating our NASCAR World Truck Series and the World of Outlaw drivers. When it comes to quality and ability to compete, the facts are in. RFC can hang with and even beat out the best of them. They say that competition is great for the consumer. If that's true, today is a great time to be an outlaw kart racer. I'd like to thank you for listening. I'd also like to especially thank Ryan Foster and RFC for giving us the inside scoop. I'm Fogde, and I'll see you on the track.
Away, I'm just a breath away, losing my faith today,
falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the haze. It's just another war, just another family torn.
Falling from my feet today.
Just a step on the edge, just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero.
Save me now.
I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me.
Just in time.
I've gotta fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today.
My voice will be heard today.
I've gotta make a stand, but I am just a man.
I'm not superhuman.
My voice will be heard today. It's just another war, just another family
My
torn.
voice will be heard today.
It's just another kill. The countdown begins to destroy.